All right, let's start with some breaking inputs which have just come in, where the Indian investigating agencies have arrested Gokulnath Shetty, the deputy manager of the Kala Ghoda branch of the Punjab National Bank, and also one of the key accused in the FIR that's been filed in the $1.8 billion fraud case. Now, this individual has been arrested and he was a deputy manager at the Kala Ghoda branch of the Punjab National Bank. And Mr. Shetty, a resident of Borivali, was on the run so far. Gokulnath Shetty is believed to have colluded with the main accused in the PNB scam. Now, Nirav Modi, in issuing the letter of undertakings that have in fact been used by Nirav Modi to spin around what is arguably the biggest scam to have hit the Indian banking system. All right, and for more on this, we are joined in by my colleague Pragya Jha, who joins us from Mumbai with more information on this. Pragya, what's the latest on the story?
Absolutely, we've got information that Gokulnath Shetty, three other accomplices who are the employees of Punjab National Bank Brady House branch in Mumbai. Now, that's where, that's the particular Punjab National Bank branch we're talking about, which is under scanner, from where these financial irregularity, these irregular transactions, dubious transactions were reported. So these three are former employees of the Punjab National Bank. One was the former deputy manager of the Punjab National Bank, that is Gokulnath Shetty. We must remember that just yesterday the CBI was at his residence in Goregaon, and they went in, they did their interrogation with his family members. He was not present. He was absconding from the time the scam broke out in the media, and he was absconding ever since. His wife was at home, and yesterday the investigating agency was present at his home, going through files, finding out because the house that they're staying in amounts to rupees 1 crore plus. They found out with his wife that how they were able to purchase this. So there was a lot going around, and it was only about time that the CBI would have arrested Gokulnath Shetty and two other accomplices who have also been arrested. Now, this is the breaking that we are bringing from the city. They will be produced in the CBI special court in a few hours from now.
Absolutely, indeed. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you, Pragya, as the story unfolds. So this is, of course, the big development where a deputy manager of a branch in Mumbai has now been arrested in this big scam. And also to discuss more on this, we are joined in by our business correspondent, Sumit Chaturvedi. Sumit, this is an important and an interesting development that has taken place. A deputy manager of a branch of the Kala Ghoda area in Mumbai has been arrested. Is it just the small fish who are actually coming into the net of the government at this point of time?
But Saleh, in this case, the whole case, Shetty's arrest is crucial because now he can spill the beans. What happened actually? So far, everything was based on the hearsay, so far arguments or the conversations or even statements. Now, Shetty is the person who was issuing these LOUs or letter of undertakings to Nirav Modi and his associates. Only after his retirement, the overall scam has surfaced. So till his retirement, he was not retired. He was issuing or renewing these LOUs, which were being issued without any margin money. That's how the overall scam came to light when the new official who came, the new deputy manager who came, and he demanded more margin money or 100% margin money from Nirav Modi. And he was told that this deputy manager, the new manager, was told that Nirav Modi and his associates were doing business earlier with Mr. Shetty, as usual, without giving any margin money. That's how the whole scam came to light. Now, his arrest is the most crucial arrest, I would say, since the scam broke on 14th of this month.
Well, he's a deputy branch manager. Could he have issued the LOUs, in this case, for Nirav Modi to have spun around a web of a scam that goes well beyond 11,000 crores? Is that something that is even possible without the collusion of some of the higher-ups in the bank?
Well, absolutely. Partially, it's yes that there was someone at the higher level of the PNB who was also involved in, would have been involved in this bank, definitely for sure. But, you know, a deputy manager level person has the authority here, especially with regards to PNB, to issue LOU through SWIFT mechanism. SWIFT mechanism is a kind of SMS-based mechanism or messaging service used by banks worldwide. Later on, those messages have to be supported by letters which were not given. So initially, Shetty only issued these SWIFT messages to the other bank saying she should be issued the LOU. So he is the main point of person and or the front of the scam, I would say. Later on, he will spill the beans as who else was involved or he was instructed by who else in PNB.
Absolutely indeed. And also considering the complexity and the technicalities that are associated with this scam, Sumit, it'll be more time will be needed before the details of this entire scam come out. But at this point of time, it's fairly well known as to where Nirav Modi is. Are efforts being done to try and bring him back to India? Or are we seeing a repeat of Vijay Mallya all over again?
Well, that's difficult to say here because Vijay Mallya, he has been dodging the authorities since long in India. Then later on, he moved to London. Here, Nirav Modi is in US, and it all depends whether US and India, what kind of overall exchange agreements they have. If Nirav Modi is traced in this hotel, what proof does India have so that he can be brought back? Because in this case, so far, there hasn't been a proof also, no documentary evidence or proof which has proved that Nirav Modi is, so far, we can say that is main culprit. And the case hasn't gone to court also so far, Saleh. And after going to court can issue warrants or summons or something. As far as ED and CBI is concerned, there is up to, they have limited powers through which they can bring back the accused from a separate country, from a different country. And especially when it happens to be USA. It depends what kind of bilateral arrangements between USA and India that exists. And that's why that entirely depends on the bilateral agreements. So this case still has to go to a court now, and court will issue summons and warrants, and those have to be respected by US courts. So it's a long process. It's not going to happen within a day or two, but tracing Nirav Modi to a hotel in New York is also an achievement, I would say. And the second biggest achievement is arrest of Mr. Shetty, which has taken place just a few minutes ago.
Absolutely indeed. So we do continue to stay on with us. Meanwhile, the kingpin Nirav Modi has been traced to New York's JW Marriott Essex House, which is a 5-star hotel in New York. Even as India's Central Bureau of Investigation has approached Interpol to try and help locate Nirav Modi and his family. The WION's Nick Harper has sent us this report from outside of the hotel. Listen in.
Well, it's believed that 48-year-old Nirav Modi is holed up in this hotel behind me, the JW Marriott Essex House Hotel. We're here in Manhattan on the southern edge of Central Park. It's believed that he has an apartment looking over Central Park, just over here to my right, that he's on one of the upper floors with an iconic view of the park, and that his wife, an American citizen, Amy, is also here with him. Now, it's believed that the Indian government has revoked his passport, effectively leaving him in limbo, unable to leave the United States. We know that he left India on the 1st of January. Since then, many of his movements have been unknown, but we do know that he attended the World Economic Forum in Davos in Switzerland a couple of weeks ago, and then the Central Bureau of Investigation started an inquiry into that alleged scam a couple of weeks ago. Well, up until now, Mr. Modi's reputation in the United States has been very different. He has been the jeweler to Hollywood stars, providing jewellery for some of the biggest actresses in Hollywood, the likes of Kate Winslet and Naomi Watts, also dressing various supermodels with his jewellery that have been on red carpet events. Well, Mr. Modi, for now, will remain in the United States. He does have a jewellery store about 5 blocks in that direction, the other side of the block, the other side of the park, and then a few blocks to the north of that. The CBI will continue their investigation into the alleged scam, and it seems for now Mr. Modi will be remaining here in the US.